Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Sturmpanzer II. It's the Tier 4 German SPG and it's located on the northeast spawn of Glacier. And this one is under the command of Fork U2. Yes, I'm afraid it's another of my replays, but it's an interesting one nevertheless. Now, what can I tell you about the Sturmpanzer II? Well, they only made 12 of them. And all of them served with the Africa Corps in North Africa, but all of them were lost, or rather some of them were lost in action and others were captured. And in fact, one did see service with the Egyptian army against Israel, so it obviously was captured in working order. But the other thing I should tell you about the Sturmpanzer II is it does have a very limited range. It's got a 15cm howitzer. It's actually slightly wider and longer than the Panzer II that it's based on, and it's fairly slow. And the original ones, oh, I just went into the boat. That's a solid obstruction. And yes, they weren't very good, these Arty, because they were very slow and prone to mechanical breakdowns. But you can see I'm moving closer to the enemy because I've only got a short range. So I need to get fairly close in order to do damage at the enemy. And what I'm going to do is stay just behind my own tanks, my own team, but try and provide some support to them. And we've spotted an enemy tank over in this direction, and it looks like I'm going to try and hit some of the tanks on the centre line. But we've spotted an M2 medium. There he is. And we're dialing in on him. Pulls back just slightly. Trying to follow him. It's got a 15cm shell, so it can do a lot of damage. I fired just as he moved, so that shell's wasted. We've got a 15.9 second reload, which is fairly short, all things considered, because this is a 15cm howitzer, so it's actually quite an effective one. And they were used basically as mortars. And I got killed the M2 medium with a blind shot. I could judge just about where he was from his previous position, so I fired at that previous position, and yes, he was there. So that was a question of is he there? Yes, he is. And okay, we've got some targets, and I'm trying to support my team now. So we've got a T-29. He's just at that pass, hiding underneath the cliff, and I'm dialing in on him. Round out, and I get a splash. 117 hit points. And a tiny bit of stun, but the T-29's gone down. He's got mates. There's a T-29 and a Panzer 38T just around the corner, and it's a very difficult shot because of the overhang. And I take out the Panzer 38T, 250 hit points. Racked up quite a bit so far, and we know that T-29's still there. At least he was when I last saw him. So it's a question of, is he there? Yes, he is! 69 hit points. Okay, my team don't want to move forward. In fact, they can't because the wreck's in the way at the moment. And they are losing hit points to that T-29. I fire another round in and get a big hit this time. 151 hit points, but we lose our Su-85. The other T-29's moved up. Can I get a shot on that T-29 again? Nope, he's gone down. So there's another target for them. It's a Striv M40L. Now I've got 2 kills so far. Can I get a third? Dialing in. Almost there. Okay, we're fully dialed in. Round out. Straight away. And I hit the target. So I did a maximum amount of damage. Now apparently they did actually build a Sturmpanzer III as well, based on the chassis of the Panzer III, and that also saw service in North Africa. Was probably more reliable than the Panzer II chassis because apparently that's suffered from overheating due to the desert temperatures. And there's the Striv. Oh, he's missing most of his hit points, and now he's missing his life. That's 47 hit points, so I picked up the remainder. And the enemy has only got 3 tanks left, 2 of which are the Arty. The other one happens to be an Su-85B. I'm moving forward because they're probably out of range. Well, we know where the Su-85B is, and we can see where the Panzer Selbstvertreter B is. Fear B, he's actually near the Su-85. So I'm motoring as quickly as I can in that direction because I want to get in range, get at least one shot off before the end of the game. And there's the Vespa. So we're now in range of the enemy. I'm going to set up and fire from here. Try and get a shot. Dialing in on the Vespa. Of course, the Vespa was built on the Panzer II chassis as well. And I get the kill shot on the Vespa. 90 hit points. That was a pure chance that he was on the move. I worked out where he was going to go. Fired the shot in. And yes, he went straight past at the point my shell exploded. And there's only 2 enemy left, the Su-85 and the Panzer Vier. Just where are they? Panzer T-15. Oh, he's found them. Okay, we're going to try for a shot. Fires a round in. Oh, I got a splash there. 94 hit points. And he's finally taken out by the Panzer T-15. And that's the end of the game. So, pretty quick game, wouldn't you say? So, let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for Fort Q2. That's one of my other IDs in the Sturmpanzer II. And I managed to get a fighter badge because I managed to get 4 kills during that battle. A Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 21. And I also picked up the high caliber. I did the most damage in the battle overall. And a win 8 for the battle of 6301. Ooh, that shouldn't have happened. I think that was because I've just finished doing a file transfer and it just flipped straight to that screen. I'm afraid my computer has a habit of doing that, especially during a battle. That can be a bit awkward. Anyway, if we see the scores, I got the highest amount of damage, 1,181 hit points. Next highest scorer on my team was the Panzer B2. He managed 942, and after that was the Su-76G FT. He managed 355. Highest scorer on the enemy team was their Su-85B. He managed 362 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, I was top of the table again with 4 kills. Next highest was the Su-76. He managed 3, and the enemy Su-85, he managed 3 kills. But when it came to base XP, I had top of the table with 726 base experience points. Next highest was the Panzer B2 with 689, and the highest on the enemy team was their Su-85 again with 221. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, I only fired 11 rounds during that battle. Battle lasted 5 minutes 22 seconds, so it was a very quick one. I got 4 direct hits, 4 penetrations, 6 splash. Damage of 1,181 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. I hit 7 of the enemy, so just under half the enemy team, but I killed 4 of the enemy. I also did stun assistance from 1 stun, but I didn't pick up any hit points off that. I think that may have been one of the T-29s. I earned 26,790 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammunition is fairly cheap for it, says tier 4 Arty, so you'd expect it to be fairly cheap. So I took away 23,710 credits. I got 1 bond for the high caliber. I received 1,089 XP plus 544 from a personal reserves bonus I had running at the same time, so I took away 1,633 experience points altogether. But I think you can see the lesson here is actually to move forward with the troops. If you've got a short range arty, stay behind them, help them as much as you can, and try and defeat any obstacle they come across. And in that case, it worked out fine because I managed to strip away the health from that T-29, that Panzer 38T, and then the Striv M40L, and that helped my team to move forward, and eventually they got to the enemy cap area. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.